So you got yourself a new Mac Mini, the M1 version, M2 version, but you don't have enough ports. The base model comes with just 2 USB-C ports, and I think only 2 USB-A ports. But the M2 Pro version of the Mac Mini comes with 4 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports, which is, for me, that's more than enough, and that's what I have. But what's really annoying and frustrating is that the ports are all at the back. So if I want to plug in my hard drive or I want to plug in external headphones, it's very painful to just reach over to the back of the Mac Mini to plug stuff in. So what I've got is this new Satechi hub. And it has ports in the front, right? And it's very slick, and it blends well with the Mac Mini. I'll show it to you. First, we open this. Opening it is tricky. All right. So what's inside the box? Nice. There you go, just this and a piece of paper rather than a manual. Don't need that for now. There you go. See? This is where you put the Mac Mini on top of, and then you have these 4 ports, and you have it. You can connect it to the Mac Mini with this USB-C port. So you see, it gives you SD card reader, micro SD card reader, an external 3.5mm headphone jacks, additional 3 USB-A ports. I think it's rated at 5 gigabits per second, and another USB-A port. Just note that you cannot use these ports to power up devices or charge devices like your phone or iPad, but you can. It is a data port, primarily a data port, which is sweet. So I'll show you how Mac Mini sits on top of this. And it has vents here, you see, so that it can help disperse the heat from the Mac Mini. Now the M2 version doesn't expel a lot of heat, so don't really need that. And I got the version that allows you to put in a SATA SSD. Check that out. So it can extend the storage space of the Mac Mini. But it only supports the SATA version, not the NVMe version. So SATA SSDs are pricier than the NVMe versions. So that sucks. But I think they are coming out with another version of the Satechi hub. But I'm not going to wait for it, so I got this. Let's check it out. SATA SSD. I'm going to fit this into that hub. Alright, there you have it. The stand and hub for the Mac Mini sits at the bottom of the Mac Mini.
Maybe we can, then you will cry for it.
Cables at the back.
Matthew, do you need the hot water?
And if I run the Blackmagic speed test on the SSD, check it out, 400 meg per second. Pretty good, pretty decent. Alright, hope you like that. Till then, take care and God bless. So I've got an update that I need to let you know. So sometimes when you put the SD card or the micro SD card into the slots, the Mac Mini won't recognize it. 3.5mm jack, these 3 USB-A ports and the USB ports, no issues. So 2 issues that I found was that the SD card sometimes does not get recognized, and the SATA SSD, it gets recognized and sometimes it disconnects itself, connects itself, disconnects itself, and that goes into a loop, and there's no way for you to fix that. So I found a workaround. So the workaround is that for the USB-C port that you use to connect to the Mac Mini, try and connect to a different USB port. So I've connected it to the third USB port from the PowerPoint. So I have the M2 version, M2 Pro version. So I have 4 USB-C ports. So I am using the third USB-C port. And so far, I've not had any disconnection of the SATA SSD or any issues with the SD and micro SD card slot. So if you have an issue with your Satechi stand-in USB hub, let's try and choose a different USB port to connect to at the back of the Mac Mini. Hope that helps as a workaround. Till then, take care and God bless.